Hello dear friends, it's Northern Dear Alexander here, and in this video I would like to talk to you about this trip that we are going to do in Tibet in October and about the teachings that we are going to have there, together with visiting amazing places, monasteries and extraordinary nature. The place is amazing. Together with this, we are going to delve into the teachings of Buddha a bit, and in order for us to understand the meaning of this teaching and also to see it in a very simple light of consciousness and in connection also with other traditions. Because there is a big similarity with these teachings to the four shamanic worlds, to the medicine wheel of the Western shamans and many other teachings. So we're going to study this in order for you to get some tools for your evolution, to take in your life some understanding so that you can formulate somehow step by step your own path and know how to practice in your everyday life and be in essence a Buddhist without necessarily have to become a Buddhist monk or something like that, and without even naming yourself a Buddhist, but in essence to understand what really it's all about. So what is the meaning, the essence of the teaching of Buddha is everything is around the Four Noble Truths, which is first noble truth, the truth of suffering; second noble truth, the root of suffering; third, the way, the possibility, not the way, the possibility out of suffering, like a new perspective on suffering; and fourth, the root, the path out of suffering. So again, the suffering, the root of suffering, the new perspective on suffering, to see something different, and the path, actual path for the end of suffering. So this is actually connecting to the four shamanic worlds. The first world is the world of suffering, the underworld. The second is the middle world, and the understanding of the middle world can show you what is the root of your suffering, because the way we see our everyday life, the way we live, which is wrong, is not the right way according to the laws of the middle world, this external world. This is the middle world, because of identification with the body and identification with all the external things. This is what also Buddha says about the root of suffering. This is actually the cause of suffering. Cause is suffering. We will explain all this in the trip with details and with practices. Then the possibility of a new perspective on suffering, to see something else. Actually, this is the upper world where we learn to focus in another reality, which is to the opposite side of suffering, which is creativity, actually. Yes. So the possibility of suffering gives you this first insight into another world which is not suffering at all, and it is creative, positive, full of knowledge and full of potential. And then the actual path towards the end of suffering, which is in Buddhism the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is basically talking about mindfulness, how to live and cover all the aspects of your life with mindfulness. The same is the fourth world in shamanism, and also this is connected with the four directions of the medicine wheel of Western shamans, which is the East, and in Siberian shamanism is the fourth world, the Absolute, which is the world of consciousness. How to bring consciousness, which will end actually the suffering and will take you out of this wheel of samsara, of birth and rebirth, which is when you are born, you enter in this world, you enter in the world of suffering, and the same circle repeating and repeating until consciousness, the truth, will free you out of all this. So we'll understand all this, we'll explain it, and with a lot of practices you will find the way to come back home after this trip with a very new perspective on life and yourself. And you will see also all your problems in a very new light. So Buddhism in this sense will help us, and you will have a new path to enter in a very simple way. I will teach you all this in a very practical way. And yes, so it will be an amazing trip. This is what I want to tell you, because I will open for you all these new teachings. So by saying this, I am calling you I'm waiting to see you all there, the ones who have this possibility, of course, to make such a trip. This will be amazing, memorable trip. You will never forget such a trip to Tibet. Yes, the rest you will see in videos after we come back. So I wish you the best. Enjoy your summer days, and I hope to see you all in this trip. Namaste. Bye bye.